Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to be talking quietly because it's early in the morning and my mother is still asleep. But today we're going to be reviewing the Smith& Wesson Border Guard knife. Now, this knife, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love it because it offers a lot of features that you would find on other rescue knives, and I hate it because I paid about $58 for it, which, well, for my budget is quite a bit, and it's not really that good of a knife. So today we're gonna get into why that is, and we're gonna review it. So stay tuned. Okay, so here's the knife fully open. You will notice that it has a Tanto style blade with serrations. It also has these. I'm not sure if they're fullers or blood grooves, but they're on each. Never mind, they're not on each side of the blade. They're only on one side of the blade. So maybe these are just grips, so you can open it. But it does have dual thumb studs. Okay, it is a folding knife. It is a liner lock. I prefer lockbacks because they tend to be stronger, but this one is a liner lock. It has some grip here, some pretty big finger grooves, and this grip here, I gotta tell you, it's like grip tape on a skateboard. It's very rough. It also has a seatbelt cutter. I don't know how effective this is. I do not have a seatbelt to test it on. It has what looks to be a lanyard hole, which is on a window breaker. So, what we're going to start off by is measuring it. Wow. So, this knife is actually fairly big. All in all, fully open, it's about 9 3/4 inches. It's pretty much 10 inches long, fully open. And that's really big for a folding knife. And to show you, I gotta tell you, that in my hands is a big knife. The blade is about, I don't know, how long is the blade? Sorry about that. It's over 4 inches long. So, that's a pretty big blade for a folding knife. And you got serrations here. It looks like you have about 1.25 inches of serrations. You have the big, small pattern of serrations where it's big, too small, one big, too small. And on the blade it says Smith & Wesson Border Guard knife. So, yeah, we've established it's a pretty big knife. Now what we're going to move on to is how easily can you open it one-handed? Okay, so I am going to open it one-handed using the thumb studs, and we're going to see how easy that is. Well, I gotta tell you, it was actually pretty easy, even though the thumb studs are set really far back, like as far back as possible. I still had enough leverage due to the large size of the thumb studs to open up the blade, which is a good thing. Personally, I'd put some WD-40 on there just to loosen it up just a bit more. Finger grooves. Well, they fit my hand. Yeah, that knife ain't going anywhere. Those are some pretty big finger grooves. The one thing I can say, though, is I really don't like the pocket clip. Yes, it's a folding knife, but look how big it is. And if you're in Canada and, you have that 3-inch blade length restriction, you're not going to be carrying this in your pocket anyway. So why do you need a pocket clip on it? Especially one this big, which is honestly just going to get in the way of you getting a good hold on there. Like, let's say you go to thrust it into something. For the sake of the video, we're just going to say, well, let's say you want to stab it into like a wood post. That pocket clip is going to dig into your thumb, and it's going to hurt. Alright? It's also got this really... I like this area up here, though, the jimping. I like that. It fits my thumb nicely. And this area in here doesn't feel too bad either. Right? So... that feels good. It's just I really don't like that pocket clip, and I don't have a Torx wrench to get it off. So, yeah. Well, there is a seatbelt cutter on it, and there is a window breaker, but we don't have a window to break, and I don't have a seatbelt to cut, so we can't really test that. Maybe someday we'll test this outside. However, I can tell you it doesn't have a very good edge, and I will demonstrate that by attempting to do the paper test. So here we are. We have the knife, we have a piece of paper. That's pretty rough. Look at that rough cut. Not sharp. So there you saw, the knife is not very sharp at all, and the problem with these Smith & Wesson knives is that they're incredibly, stupidly hard to get an edge on. I had a Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops before this. It was a wicked looking knife, but I spent hours, days, months, and eventually a whole 2 years trying to get an edge on it. I never did. So I eventually gave up on it and gave it to a friend. So, do I recommend buying this knife? Honestly, absolutely not. Unless you have the tools to give the blade a full reworking into something that can be sharpened, I don't recommend buying it. I don't know how well the window breaker works. I don't know how well the seatbelt cutter works. Maybe if you're an EMT or a firefighter, maybe this is a good knife for you. Maybe if you're a police officer, it's a good knife for you because, tools like this will come in handy. But the blade steel and how long you're going to take sharpening it is just not going to be worth it. Plus, it's a liner lock. And when you have a knife this big, especially when the blade itself is this big, that's a lot of extra weight only being supported by a thin piece of what I'm guessing is maybe aluminum or some kind of steel. So I don't agree with a liner lock idea in a knife this big. So, all in all, I give this knife, I'm going to be generous and say 3 out of 10 stars. 3 out of 10 stars. So there you go, guys. There's my at-home review for the Smith & Wesson Border Guard folding knife. Please like, subscribe, and leave a nice comment, and have a good day. Thanks for watching.